Dear students, good morning everybody. I am UK Singh, PGT Pol Science from Mahatma Gandhi Shikshan Sansthan, Darbhanga. Dear students, it is a class for political science in which we are discussing about what is democracy and why is democracy. In previous class, we discussed about the arguments against of democracy and arguments for democracy. Dear students, in which we saw that there are several demerits and merits in democracy that is practiced in all over the world. Today we will discuss about the broader meaning of democracy. Before it, I would like to tell you students that in this chapter we have discussed the limited meaning of democracy in descriptive sense. We have understood democracy, or we have discussed democracy as a form of government. In this way of defining democracy helps us to identify a clear set of minimal features that a democracy must have. It means we have discussed the minimum features of democracy that every democracy should have or must have. The most common form that democracy takes in our times is that of representative government. It means, students, today in most part of the world, representative democracy is in practice, in which the people elect their representatives and these representatives take major decisions and rule over the country on behalf of the citizens. In the country, all the people do not have rule. In a country, in a democratic country, or in a country democracy, all the people do not have rule. A majority is allowed to take decisions. Suppose, take example of our country, India. India is a vast country. India is the second largest country on the basis of population after China. And since independence, when democracy came in practice in our country, only 30% of the total voters forms the government in center or in a state as well. That's why a majority is allowed to rule over the country and to make decisions. All the people do not participate in decision making as well as in ruling the country. The majority of people rule through their elected representatives. This becomes necessary. Why is representative democracy necessary? So then we can say that modern democracies involve such a large number of people that it is physically impossible for them to sit together and take a collective decisions. Suppose, can India's population sit together at a place? No. Can India make decision collectively sitting on a certain place? Answer is no. That's why for this impossibility, representative democracy has been adopted in most part of the world. Next, even if they could, even it is impossible, then the citizens do not have time. The citizens should not, the citizens does not have the desire or skills to take part in all the decisions. That's why representative democracy is followed, has been adopted in all over the world. This gives us a clear but minimal understanding of democracy. Thus we see that on this basis it is clear that it gives us minimal meaning or minimum definition of democracy. For sometimes we use democracy for organizations other than the government. First of all, we all are of a democratic family. Is a decision made in family on the principles of democracy? Suppose you also a member of democratic family. Is opinion taken by your father to make a major decision related to family? Generally, we get answer no. Then how can we say that it is a democracy? We belong to a democratic country. In a party, the top leader and his family makes all decisions. Then how can we say that we reside in a democratic country? This way, using the word democracy, go back to its basic sense of method of making decisions. A democratic decision involves